So we before we get to the deeper stuff, how do you guys actually uh feel about this advertiser friendly content guidelines for YouTube community, and how does it affect to us shorter, smaller channels like us? That in the future it will be a little bit worse and maybe better if Google tries to do something on YouTube. So, um, starting with who wants to start?
I guess me.
Right. I
All
can
right.
go last because I think my answer is going to be a little bit different from everyone's.
Well, what I think about it, I think now YouTube has another way of making more money. Because if a single YouTuber makes an error or something, it says something bad or something, it gets its ads, he doesn't have his ad revenue, all that money goes to YouTube. So basically, YouTube is screwing us over by doing that.
Well,
That's what I think
no,
about it.
I don't think anyone gets the money because, like, no, the ads aren't being played anywhere, so like they don't get the money.
No, YouTube doesn't get money at all. It's all Google though.
Then what's the point of it?
Yeah, that's one of the problems right now because YouTube cannot explain themselves. Like,
Well, it's pretty simple. You guys mind if I
Yeah, sure.
try to break it down a little bit? Um, so Grade A Under 8 can explain this better than I can, probably. He made a video about it, and he has some very good points on it, so if anyone is listening to this, wants to take a quick listen to that, you can go watch it. Um, basically, YouTube is offered advertisements from different companies. Like, companies pay YouTube to put advertisements on videos. So YouTube kind of like subcontracts, per se, channels to put advertisements on your videos. But ultimately, those advertisements come from, the companies. YouTube's just allowing them on their platform. So the ones giving out the money is not really YouTube, it's more the advertisers that give it to YouTube, and from YouTube it goes, onto your videos.
yeah,
Now, if there are videos that advertisers don't like because they have controversial subjects or they have very strong language, or there's stuff that advertisers don't like, then obviously they're not going to want their ads on that video, and they're not
exactly.
going to want to pay to have those ads on those videos either. So in the end, YouTube was getting effed over because of that. They have to comply to their client. Their client's paying them, for to have their ads on their site. And if it's not being used the way they want it to, then they have all the right to, decline to have any ads on YouTube because of that.
But isn't also the ad company also losing at that? Like, is they're putting their ads up something like PewDiePie, which has a ton of views. They're basically losing those potential people from clicking their ads.
Yes, that's true, but they'll get their ads out there somehow. Like, there's plenty of ways to get ads out there, and advertisements, if you think about it, are shoved into everyone's faces, like, on a daily basis. So,
Oh yeah.
one way or another, you're gonna see that ad. Whether it's, I mean, like, YouTube could actually just get rid of ads completely on every video and just have it on their front page instead if they wanted to. They probably wouldn't make as much money because or the content creators wouldn't get as much money, I should say.
Don't get me started about the front page lately, though, Shinja.
I haven't
These
seen the front
things.
page. So
The
I
front
don't-
page is driving me nuts. Like,
YouTube has a
besides-
front page. YouTube has a front page.
I don't know if you're serious or not.
Dude, every time I open YouTube, it jumps straight to my subscribe list, man.
Well, there's a home page, and that one's mostly your recommended videos, basically.
Exactly.
I don't use that.
Anyway,
No.
so you were saying, Dan?
Oh, well, I'll be brief, but they changed some stuff around. Because we know that streaming is a thing, even though it's marketed towards gamers for the most part.
Yeah.
There's other streams. I was watching Jellyfish earlier, and then after that, some puppies. But my problem is front page of YouTube is either Watch Mojo, garbage, top 10 beautiful pretty dresses in movies, and then right next to that is these streams, which I think you'd think would be great, but they're live streams of completely empty intersections in cities you've never even heard of and will never even visit in your life on the front page. There's awesome comrades around us and friends that we met through YouTube. Instead of promoting like these awesome other channels that are working their butt off, you would rather show an empty, dark intersection live streamed.
Yep.
That's just stupid.
It's stupid.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead, Zyberpunk.
Yeah, so I got the page here of the, advertiser friendly content guidelines. And like you said, Shinja, that there's some advertisers that don't like that, a video that it contains some, shitty stuff, and they don't want to advertise it in that video. But isn't there something, because I think they do that randomly, like, oh, it's just advertising any kind of video. Like, I monetize my videos and there's advertise about Duracell batteries. I'm like, what the freak is this shit? It doesn't have anything to do with what I do. If you guys get what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I get advertisers from some of them are from Vimeo, some of them from filmmakers, some of them from other websites that they're related to video games or are related to the things I do. Some of them don't. So for me, that's their fault in the first place. I mean, they cannot blame, YouTubers, creator contents that, that they create a content and advertise some whatever company, because we cannot see the advertiser. We cannot see, okay, you can advertise to my video, you cannot, we don't have that control. They do. So that's what I'm thinking right now. I mean, like, they're totally blaming YouTubers, but there's also this controversy that's been going on that CNN has also a YouTube account, and they can post anything, upload anything, even that it's violent or. But no, they don't care because it's CNN.
Right.
Even though CNN has fucked up in so many ways.
Like the kid that they posted on their YouTube page, filled with blood and shit.
Yeah, like, and they didn't take it out. They didn't do anything.
It even has ads on it, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
the videos affected by this right now are surprisingly not that many. But I see your point, that even though there is these guidelines, like, it just seems kind of willy-nilly of the videos, getting flagged or demonetized.
These numbers can change. We don't know. That's part of the dumb part of it.
Yeah.
YouTube said something that everybody who, was partnered through YouTube, it was only 1% of videos.
Yeah.
And whatever. And worst case scenario, with bigger names out there, it was only 10 to 15% of their videos at most that have their stuff taken away. You know, half a dozen or a whole dozen.
Yeah,
as some have said.
In most cases, after they got in a manual review as well, they got remonetized.
See, now that's the thing that's worth bringing up, is that this manual review part seems to be like the shining example in all this.
Yeah.
It seems like that if you put in for that, if this happens, it's taking 12 to 24 hours to get fixed, and that's certainly different from YouTube operating procedure, if you ask me. That's definitely a positive in all this.
Yeah. There's no risk to getting it reviewed either. It's not like get ready to go to court if, you know, it's like if you're you know, if you don't have all the rights, or if, you know, if you can't.
You're not using anything. Magic points to cast the review spell.
I'm not rolling a d20. I don't have to use my
it's
charisma.
It's freely there.
The only problem about that is when it comes to big YouTubers, because if they upload a video like right now and it gets demonetized right away, they have to wait 24 hours so they can put it monetized again, and that time they can lose potential a lot of money, basically.
Yep.
No, I am legit worried about some of my people out there that I love that do this.
Yeah. Right now, I'm not too worried about it, but it can get really bad for specific people.
Yeah.
I
Well,
got
yeah,
a
to
few
me,
names in mind.
you know, after reading into it, it's true, I'm not as worried anymore. Yeah. But instances like the guy I'm thinking of, I just feel for him, and we just don't know. There just isn't enough communication. There isn't enough information out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they should clear up the guidelines they have, because I feel like I know what they mean when it was the guidelines they have. So, like, you know,
as broad as they seem.
Well, they are specific enough right now, quote unquote specific, but like to me it just seems silly that they're censoring even every, like, it says no language or anything like that in your videos, that even just like is it okay if I cuss in this video, Zyberpunk?
I already did.
He already did.
Oh, we already did.
Okay, so, you know, if I just say fuck, you know, that enough was, like, well, according to the guidelines, is enough to get this video demonetized.
Yeah.
But I don't see why that, you know, why they would do that. That seems such a huge limitation to like your speech. So I think it's mostly what they're referring to is like hate language, like the kind we try to prevent on our channels and streams, like, you know, directing it towards people, racial slurs, stuff like that. Yeah. So I don't feel like they're gonna clamp as tight on to like curse words and other stuff like that, or sex jokes. I think it's more like joking about like rape and other stuff like that. What are you gonna say?
Yeah, it's that way it will be acceptable. I mean, if for those people who are trying to do some damage to other YouTubers in this community, then yes. But we're not getting that. We're shutting. YouTube is shutting down our freedom of speech, and that is something that it violates our rights right now, because not all of us do videos rated PG.
Yeah.
Or PG-13. Most of them are rated R. Now, if they're going to go to that route, it's just going to be like a Vimeo. Vimeo had their own ratings. If the rating is rated R, then rated R it is. But since advertisers don't know any shit about that, they're not going to basically, it's rated R, so I'm not going there. But either way, I don't know if you guys, this is right now, our freedom of speech in this YouTube community is being very, very shortened, more than Facebook. because Facebook have their own rules because you cannot bully or cyberbully, hate speech. What else is out there? YouTube is trying to do that, but not in the correct way. Because I've seen videos taken down by testimonies that suicide is not cool, but even though suicide word is in the video and it's in the title, you're demonetized. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was a case of a certain YouTuber that was speaking about that. He was encouraging people, helping people to not suicide video kind of thing, and he was demonetized right away. His name was, I think, Boogie.
Yeah, I've avoided saying his name for some reason, but I love that man to death. That's
Yeah,
what I was talking about.
that's the first person I thought of. Like Boogie2988.
Yeah.
That's correct. Now, see, that's where he's having issues, is because he is not with the network.
Yeah, I've seen he's gotten quite a few videos demonetized, didn't he? I don't know.
He had
what
about
the
a half
stat is.
dozen to a dozen.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, like 6 is the most I've seen. Dozen is like up there because it's like double digits. But yeah, he makes very encouraging videos, and I don't think he sells any merchandise, right? I know he's got a
other revenue
Patreon.
streams. Yeah, and his Twitch channel.
Yeah, so that'll sustain him a bit, I think. But the YouTube income could be affected by that if advertisers and YouTube decide that his content is not deemed acceptable. And his videos are a little bit more on like a serious note. But they're uplifting, and so like even people who might make like what do they call it? People that visit like schools and motivational speakers. Like even motivational speakers that might upload stuff onto YouTube, they might get affected as well. And I feel like Boogie's kind of like a motivational speaker in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so, so what do you guys think about this freedom of speech on YouTube? Well, I really want to hear your thoughts about what limitations are we going to have in the future about this problem.
This monetization, this basically doesn't take away the freedom of speech. It just takes away their income. Because the video is not being taken down.
Exactly.
People are still going to see it.
That's correct.
And your voice is going to be heard. So, I don't know if later in the future things are going to change, but for now, it's just affecting the ads.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I feel like this does the opposite and encourages people to, voice their opinion even louder. Because you could, like, nothing's stopping you from posting one video on a serious note and then another video that might, not be anything like it, that will get monetized. But I think it might be a little bit too early right now to actually know how bad it'll be. Because, like, I mean, like, we've seen a few cases, and again, I hate bots. This whole thing is being controlled by a bot.
Yeah.
Like, it's looking for keywords and whatnot. So, we'll just have to wait and see a little bit.
Exactly. So
a badly programmed bot.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, it's programmed right. It's just, it's working a little bit too well.
Exactly. That's some Skynet shit.
Yeah, the comparison has been made.
Mm-hmm.
When I was talking to Shinja about this briefly, concerning the guidelines also not talking about tragedies and whatnot, and that being discussed.
Yeah, you made a good point.
Yeah, here's something that resonates with me is the footage that a lot of news corporations get are from people's phones. If there is, tsunami or whatever, you insert disaster here. Somebody is shooting it with their phone, and it's news corporations that take that up. But the thing that's important for me concerning it is, I think if you capture that, you're in the moment capturing that. You're capturing history for people to go back and look on that. And I think that deserves to be rewarded. And that's what's great about YouTube and being able to bring people together, is to rally around their ideas and, times in history and stuff like that. So if somebody's phone gets caught up in a tornado and then it catches a cow in the middle of it and goes huge. I think that's awesome. And
you just see the Wicked Witch in the middle of the tree.
Yeah.
It's like, look, guys, there's a lady being swept up in the air. She's got a broom.
I think that deserves to be rewarded, and then to just have, if that gets flagged as natural disaster, you don't get monetization at all, then why the heck would somebody like Fox rip the video from YouTube, put it in their news broadcast with horrible commercials in between, or your own, dumb commercial playing beforehand of some horror movie that I'm never ever going to see, that's probably even worse than whatever the video's capturing. Okay, I think I made my point.
Yeah, I think the only thing I wouldn't want to see in videos of natural disaster is actual gore and whatnot. So I don't want to see body parts and blood and
yeah, I don't either.
Destruction and whatnot. That's totally fine. Because they are capturing just it's connecting the people to the scene, but if it's getting really graphic,
yeah, totally.
Naked people or people just a whole bunch of dead bodies.
No, that doesn't belong on YouTube. There's a place on the internet.
It can be on YouTube. I'm not talking about pornography or.
I know what you're trying to say. But videos of that nature do end up somewhere else. But this is YouTube, and it shouldn't go there.
I don't know why I associated death with pornography, but anyway.
Shit, you pervert.
That's what life is, pretty much, isn't it?
It's death is the final climax.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tired. I'm so sorry.
And so the reason I brought this about the freedom of speech and that and all that is that, like I said earlier, CNN can post anything they want and they get monetized and they don't do anything. And big YouTubers, most of them have more subscribers than same CNN. I can see the difference if you guys would see the actual CNN subscriptions and all that, and they get still they monetize, and it's, for me, it's not fair in some way, even though talking about death or talking about, they're just talking about it, they're not showing it like you guys said. If there's destruction, there's my gosh, there's a lot of footages on ISIS that I really do not want to see. But even in the news, they just show it piece of nothing. They don't get censored. Of course, some TV, yes, that's censored because we cannot show that on TV. Well, we got the internet. The internet, we have more freedom. But now what?
Isn't
I know it's just advertiser not going to, you're not going to win money in this video, but for me, I see YouTube in some other direction, because what I see here in the list of the guidelines, they do not explain themselves way too much, but I know I have that feeling of what the route is they're going to be in the future. Mind if I read them? Because it's
Yeah.
Sure.
so. The first one is sexually suggestive content, including partial nudity and sexual humor.
Oh, that is full YouTube, man. That's
I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's half of my jokes.
that is
basically.
Smosh is it's out.
Well, Smosh
Nah.
Smosh doesn't like they won't care. They have a contract with MTV, so
Oh yeah.
they're gonna get paid one way or another.
Leafy. That's another one here.
Yeah, he got he's pretty
He got hit
suffering.
hard.
Yeah, he's suffering right now.
To the verge that I saw, I think Scares was commenting that he was he wanted to give up.
And that is dangerous because a lot of these big YouTubers are, working, making content for us, and they're making a living through all that money from YouTube. And
And
this
we
is
like those kind of things.
exactly,
Too.
and this is the problem that I really want to get in this podcast, because even though these big, YouTubers, they're gonna it's still bad because they do this for a living. Some of them do this for a living. Like I know a lot. Like I'll mention the name Review Tech USA. He do this for a living. And he took full-time job on YouTube, but advertisers are like, I'm not going to put this on this video, the guy's video, so he won't get money. And so on. It is that the YouTube are it's going to be like a PG and some PG-13. Like it's hard to just maintain that category rating for some time. What do you think about that, you guys? For you, Karibukai play on your live streams.
Well, on our live streams, we try to keep it PG anyway. I say shit a lot, but
Dude, me too.
but I can actually tone. I've been meaning to tone it down on like cussing and whatnot. I
That
could.
ain't working, dude.
I know it's not working very well. But I mean, well, you just see me like a few months ago. I finished every sentence was like fuck.
Ends with uck.
Yeah, it was man. I can't wait to buck this muck. Oh, shucks. Anyway,
Yeah.
what was I trying to say? Oh yeah. So the streams are fine. It's some of our older videos like for example Akiba. Like Akiba has like tons of like partial nudity in it.
Yes. Yeah.
And the whole thing is sex jokes. Like all of it. Like in this next
Exactly,
episode
yeah.
that we're gonna put up, we're also gonna talk about laxative sticks and whatnot, and it's weird. And so
Yeah, it's a double sense.
no, it's weird. It's anyway. I'm like, I was worried. I was like, I checked all the Akiba videos to see if we got one of them demonetized. Not a single one has been demonetized.
For now.
Our Twilight Princess videos, like one of them talks about paraplegics, the Paralympics.
You're never gonna let me live that one down.
No,
are you?
I'm not. We talk about the Paralympics. I talk about my grandma was her Alzheimer's and
Yeah.
the dementia in another
Yeah.
video. You know, we talk about really like sensitive subjects sometimes. So
Yeah.
I'm quite worried because like I'm like any minute now I'm gonna see a whole bunch of videos demonetized, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yet.
And but at the same time I'm not too worried because like our streams they get copyright claims immediately after they're done. Immediately. We get like
So why?
8 of them from Nintendo because of the music.
Yeah.
They copyright all their music and any cutscenes and whatnot. So like Twilight Princess always gets copyright claims. Super Mario Maker gets copyright claims. We were playing through Castlevania, and that's not Nintendo, that's Konami, and that also got some copyright claims for some cutscenes. So we get copyright claims on a lot of our videos that they don't get monetized because of that. But at least our streams afterwards, we can submit them to the Nintendo Creative Partnership Program, or Creators Partnership Program, whatever it's called, and we'll still make money off of that. We've made 7 cents so far out of like all our videos submitted to them.
All your streams, 7 cents?
Yeah, in total, basically.
Dude, I made almost $1.
Well, no, through Nintendo. Like, we had 7 cents deposited into our account. I got, like, over, like, we're like, reaching, like, $15 already.
This is the first time I've heard this number ever.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good.
So, the streams are bringing in money. I don't know if I should be talking about this too much.
Yeah, I don't know why you are.
Just trying to give people some.
It's informative to me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good to know.
the point is that outside of YouTube, you can still make money. Like if you get a partner per se or a network. So technically, Karibukai Play is part of the Nintendo network. Technically. If you look at us on Social Blade, that's what it says we're the network we're part of. But we're not official as them.
Alright. And so, the next one is violence, including display of serious injury and events related to violent extremism.
So basically, like beating people up and killing people.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with that content not being on YouTube.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, if this could very well just be branded just for terrorism.
Yeah.
And shutting that down.
Yeah. I don't think it's like action videos or anything like that.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Exactly.
other YouTubers that make action movies and stuff like that would be in big trouble.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's no money for you.
But doesn't that count for YouTube's own series? Because from YouTube Red, there is a series about zombies, and they kill zombies and stuff in it.
Again, like I said, it's not. They're referring more to like real stuff.
Yeah, I see that,
Yeah,
and I can see the reasoning behind that one.
Yeah.
But since it's a bot detecting what's going on the screen and in the audio, then we don't get to to fight for it because it's a freaking robot. And
Bots
so,
are stupid.
yeah.
It was just the other day I saw that Warner Brothers has this thing where that scans the internet for portals of piracy of their movies and stuff like that and flags them so the lawyers can do what they can to go after it. And the other day I read that this bot flagged Warner Brothers themselves as a portal for piracy. And then every joke ensued of lawyers trying to jump on trying to sue themselves started.
It's just Wacko.
To see how they can get money.
It's just Wacko and Yakko like suing.
Wow, yeah.
Also, Nightbot is stupid.
But Nightbot serves tea and cake, so it's fine.
Well, yeah. So he's on the good
He
side.
doesn't know how to pick people, man. He doesn't know.
Oh, he doesn't, but he's leaning towards some good karma, I think.
Yeah, at least he's friendly with us and
Just put
doesn't
some-
demonetize us.
He ain't
Just
friendly
put
with
some-
Kotaro, though.
Just put some ice on it. Wink, wink.
Yeah, I think Naiba hates Kotaro though.
Oh yeah, he hates Kotaro.
He totally hates him.
Oh man, that was bad. I felt really bad for Kotaru.
I haven't seen him since.
So the next one will be the one that we've been talking about all night: inappropriate language, including harassment, profanity, and vulgar language.
Big deal, you
Yeah.
guys. That is everybody's subscriber list.
I feel this
Everywhere.
this is the one everyone's freaking out about.
yeah.
Yeah,
like-
that's the one.
Everyone's bringing up the other points about like natural disasters and whatnot because they don't really want to mention this one, but this is the one everyone's freaking out about because it means that like any video you've said one cuss word in
That is
and you've
everything.
let it slip, that's it.
It's clear
Yeah.
that YouTube pushes the most family-friendly stuff when they do,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, to make it PG.
But
Hey, I mean, they probably get
Everyone.
tons. They'd probably get tons of emails from angry parents like, "My son saw this video about this man saying
yeah,
poopy butts."
your most subscribe, like your number one person on there, you know, cusses up a storm.
Yeah,
yeah, bad parenting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically
but
every
not
YouTuber
bad
is-
parenting. But I mean, I guess it is bad parenting because they're blaming someone else for their
Yeah.
misparenting.
The next one will be promotion of drugs and regulated substances, including selling, use, and abuse of such items. This one is just stupid.
Well, that's self-explanatory. Like, I agree with that. It's like,
That doesn't seem to be a thing that's big on YouTube anyway. I've never.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
the point that I
But
really want to bring
I
up.
have seen YouTubers while they stream, they either smoke weed or drink alcohol.
That's about it. I mean, I'm wondering if there is guys out there that have made videos of them shooting up or something crazy like that, but I've never come across it ever.
yeah, I don't see many people.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't see
like
a lot.
Just to cover their
there's
bases,
probably
I guess.
a few people that are like, "Oh yeah, I've done this in the past," and just simply saying like, "You should try it out," like not even selling it, but saying you should try it out. That would like immediately flag the video. But I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually recommend doing drugs.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. But it's like if you guys see like, okay, I'm seeing a guy smoking weed, and like we all know that you cannot like let's see, sell some weed from another company without without their permission, and the money's all yours. I mean, that's totally illegal. Like I don't see it like something that it's from this website. I don't get why they do this, because it's something that it's out of place with the videos and content and the actual advertiser friendly, because some drugs are just pills and something that a doctor will suggest you to drink, but they're telling drugs of addiction, but they don't explain this, because some drugs are for for you to feel good because they're recommended by doctors. But if a doctor recommends drugs on YouTube, but he's a doctor, a licensed doctor, then I don't get this.
This rule is mostly for illegal drugs and like illegal hardcore drugs.
Exactly. But they don't explain it here very well. Promotion of drugs and regulated substances.
Well, there's the word unregulated, like
Yeah.
like it's not. In other words, it's not prescribed or anything.
Yeah. So the last one here is controversial or sensitive subjects and events, including subjects related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters, and tragedies, even if graphic imagery is not shown.
No, that is the other really big one.
Yeah.
So, like, while that doesn't apply to any of us here, because we don't talk about any of that stuff. There are YouTube channels out there that cover a lot of this. And they're a news outlet, and so they're the ones mostly affected by this.
They would rather get their news from a guy that they like and relate to than what's on television.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't want to sit through like a whole bunch of commercials, or a whole bunch of other news stories, like,
or people you don't like.
Yeah, like you wait like you wait half an hour watching two ladies talk about their favorite wine and how their vaginas are so wide that they have to use a Diva cup or something like that. And
Shinja.
I've been watching too much Hulu. It keeps recommending the Diva cup for me. I don't need a Diva cup. I'm not a woman. Anyway, I watched half an hour waiting for the actual news to come on, and then, you know, like when you could just look up online someone who has they're just talking about that really quickly. They summarize it for you in the first 2 minutes, and then they talk about other stuff pertaining to it.
Woo!
So.
This is a serious podcast.
Oh yes,
this is a serious podcast.
It is a serious podcast, and I'm glad it is. Even though we laughed,
it needed to be made.
Yes, even we laughed because a lot of these, advertiser-friendly content guidelines, there's a lot of them are irrelevant. Some of them, they do make sense, but at the same time, they're shutting down the advertise the wrong people, and that's where this thing falls. And since it's a robot and they don't want to work in each video, like we have tons of million accounts that we cannot make it like something that a human can work. But at the same time, the bot is not doing a good job, and so I don't know about you guys. Anything else to say about this before we close this podcast?
No.
I guess go to VidMe if you don't like it.
Yeah, I've actually been considering it a bit, just because.
Really, you were? I thought for sure you were against it. When I asked, you said no.
I am still against it. The thing is, I saw how cool they are with people. With the new people going over.
That's right. With as many people as we're name dropping, I'm name dropping Retro Millennia. They had humans respond. They put Retro Millennia on the front page.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, that's. I was like, maybe we should, like, even if nothing happens to YouTube, that seems like a good platform to grow another audience. But that's besides the point. That's off topic.
Anything else to say, guys?
No, we said enough.
All right, so let's see what else is in this page. All right. If any of the above describes any portion, blah, 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 blah. Was this article helpful? No.
No, it's not.
Sorry about that.
Just YouTube is...
How can we improve this? Okay, let me write this down.
How we can improve this list?
They're being too much like TV with their subscription service and trying to please advertisers. YouTube is filling the niches and the markets that don't work for television. So people find a place there. They find an audience there.
Well, content creators, we feel your pain. We feel your that we don't know where this is going in the future for 3 or 4 years from now. But we just gotta fight, because if we stay shut, then Google is gonna take over, because YouTube is just like under the rules of Google. So So yeah. So thank you for joining us. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. This has been Zyberpunky.
And I'm OtaKen.
I'm Shinja.
Hello, and my name is Officer Dan. I do a gameplay channel with my good friend Shinja. He
Hello.
just said his name just a second ago. We stream Super Mario Maker every Friday over here on
10
YouTube.
p.m. No, midnight Central Standard Time now.
Midnight Central Standard Time.
late.
It is the late night Super Mario Maker stream, and we're trying to squeeze in other times out of the week and put out other videos. Come by and say hi sometime.
Yeah, come by, say hi, wait for Zyberpunky to get up in the morning and say good morning to y'all as we go to bed. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Zyber Station, and we'll be sure to see you next time.
And I'll see you guys later.
Super fucking late.